is just fantastic. Captain's log, subdate 210204.6. We need to submerge crewman Bork within a regenerative vat, as he lost 45% of his body's parts. I'll need to regrow him and then reprogram him. I mean, at least I've got a project to work on now. Welcome everyone to the exhibition of stupid people. Today we have 5 subjects I'd like to go through. Before we start, as I haven't shilled this before, I make exclusive content over on BitChute. Please consider giving me a subscription over there if you're interested in slightly more unfiltered content. The link to my channel is in the description down below. To start, we're going to go with, and it's the reason I'm wearing this Judge Moist outfit, and it's only for this one subject, we're going to go with a rather stupid man called Connor Cox, a father of one from Stoke-on-Trent, who, got caught with £410 worth of Class A sherbet. Now this was actually after the police had raided another place, where they found 6 bags of sherbet, 17 M&Ms, some weighing scales, 2 mobile phones, which directly referenced Connor Cox as he was a buyer. But this isn't the funny part. The funny part is, he hadn't realised when he was hitting up with his friends, and they were giving him money for it, that made him a sherbet dealer, which is a slightly more serious crime. Now granted, he got a 2-year prison sentence suspended for 2 years. He has since gone on to apply for a bricklayer's course. I wish him all the best. Sherbet is a very lucrative trade if you know how to ply it. Turns out, you were inadvertently giving your mates sherbet supplies for money, making you a dealer. I like that. That's funny. You're precious, Connor Cox. I'm sure many of you can understand why this isn't worthy of a halls of injustice. So now I'm going to go and get changed. So to move on from that idiot, I'd like to now focus on a different kind of idiot, and I'm sure we're all very much familiar with this kind of idiot. There is no way no one has ever seen someone on a mobility scooter, whether it be in the high street, down your own street itself, or in shopping centres, malls. It's quite frustrating when they are the lord of wherever they drive. It is impossible to get around them, for they will give no ground. And if you dare to be in front of them, they will let you know. They'll either clip your heel by repeatedly driving into it if you don't hear them, as they desperately want to get past you because they are the alpha. I've had this experience many a time. It is quite frustrating, especially when they drive right into me and look at me as if I am nothing but a worthless peasant in front of them. Now granted, the word peasant is semi-accurate, but I'd rather not be considered worthless to somebody on a mobility scooter, especially when the majority I see nowadays are not older people who require the assistance to move, but people around my age range who are so fat they have their own gravitational pull, so fat they turn around to a welcome back party, so fat they have 2 area codes. If those jokes bothered anyone present, I'm not remotely sorry. You know what I meant. Don't be so sensitive. The reason I mention this is because there was some CCTV footage that was leaked recently of a young man emerging from a bank in Lincolnshire. Upon leaving though, he'd already planted 1 foot firmly outside the door. A mobility scooter was right there. Because of the way the brain works, he thought to jump forward. The mobility scooter thought, swag fam, let's run the prick over. And so this happened. What you just saw in that video epitomizes everything about mobility scooters and their users. Granted, you could say, but he panicked, the driver that is. But in reality, there have been too many incidents where the person on the scooter will just plow through you anyway, because seriously, why not? When they could make a guy hobble his way home. And the best part is of that, when a crowd tried to stop the scooter from going any further, he tried to run the man over a second time. For the sake of it, The man in question who was run over is okay. Mild injuries, he'll live. The guy driving the scooter, well, he's the lord of the road. You can't tell him what to do. Even taxis do as he tells them. He is king, until his battery runs out. So to move on from that, we're going to go to a segment called Americans Ruin Everything. As many of you will undoubtedly be aware, Valentine's Day is coming up. I'm sure some of you give a damn about this, the others don't. The reason I mention it though is because an American company, Kraft, have decided for 1,000 lucky people to give them something truly, truly romantic. Something that screams love. I am of course talking about mac and cheese. So to 1,000 lucky lovebirds, they're going to win a sweet, pink mac and cheese candy. I'm not sure about any of you, but I was already kind of against the whole mac and cheese thing anyway, as it isn't actually macaroni and cheese no matter how much you try and say it is. It's really not. But to consider a pink version to be romantic, I honestly believed when I first saw it that it was mac and cheese's own way of raising awareness for cancer, which is exactly what that dinner is. With the theme of food in mind, we're now going to go to cereal. I am almost certain most of us eat a form of cereal. I myself prefer Weetabix, porridge, or muesli, because I'm very, very boring and like high-protein Weetabix, and who doesn't like porridge, seriously? It's thicker the better. Like a block of cement, I'm happy. By extension, most of us know how much our cereal costs. I'm sure some, when they buy it, either on Amazon or via their favourite supermarket, don't really look at the price that much. But generally speaking, cereal doesn't cost that much. My cereal, the Weetabix protein, about £3.60. A bag of porridge, £2.50 to £3. Muesli, if you get the decent stuff, about £4. It all depends on what you want. If you want to pay for quality, it's a little more expensive. Generally speaking, unless you're buying stuff that's imported like Lucky Charms, which is quite expensive in the UK because it has to be imported, unless you're buying something imported, it's reasonably priced, lasts a couple weeks, you're golden, right? Well then, insert Billie Eilish, who thought her preferred box of cereal, Fruit Loops, costs $35 for a single box. We have in the past spoke on Billie Eilish because others have made jokes or references to the fact that she's a bit thick, not mentally but body, and my view was, she looked comfortable, don't really care. It's not my issue, I'm not the body shaming type. Mind shame, I'll gladly go there though, because you have to be really out of touch to think that $35 is the price of one box of cereal. Now if you live in California, there might be an argument there, but I don't believe the cost of living is so extortionate that in LA cereal costs that much. And in her case, she'd actually ordered 70 boxes, believing that she had ordered one. I mean, at least it'll keep you going for most of a year, unless you just live on Fruit Loops, in which case, a month or two? So to our final subject, the main event, we go to YouTube themselves, who are absolutely laughable. During the months of October, November and December, AdSense gets better and better and better. I highly recommend anyone that is monetized take full advantage of it, because those are the months that kind of set you up for the rest of the year. But also with a bit of work, you can build a more dedicated audience, and then see where you can keep your baseline. January is where you find out where your lowest baseline is, because ads aren't worth as much, so YouTube will undoubtedly not make much of an effort when it comes to finding alternate, advertisers. Well, with that in mind, YouTube's been advertising porn. I'm not even joking. Have a look at this one. Well, that's something different, isn't it? Not sure people want to be seeing this on their algorithm. I mean, people want to advertise their content for kids. You don't want to be seeing that ad, but there's a chance it'll slip through the crack regardless. No pun intended. And I get that it's meant to be for music, but I'll be honest, even if this is a dry month, I'm not entirely convinced that's what people want to see as an ad, and if anything, you're encouraging more people to get ad block by doing so. You are, after all, the ones that set the standards to determine what advertisers wanted to appear on types of videos. Apparently, ones that look like masturbation are a-okay though. That's really, really interesting. Oh, and others had actually got full penetrative, blurred ads That's not cool. No. I'm just not certain yet whether or not they are real or not, because I tried looking for them, and I'm not finding them. Which could well mean either they're fake or YouTube pounced on it and removed it. Anyway, as we're done, I'd like to know what you think the stupidest thing of the week is. So please do let me know in the comments down below. If I don't see you on Twitch tonight for some murder fun time, have a fantastic Thursday, and thank you all for listening.